Okay, so after fighting probably about 10 to 15 more battles, I've just gotten all at once a bunch of souls for everyone else. Got souls for the Blob, a couple more fairy souls, a Scourge, and a Wisp, which means that I now actually have a choice of soul for every character. So this is pretty interesting. I can now actually start creating builds, specialize my characters in different things. The main character, Catan, is the only character who can learn Lie Strike, so at least for now, it makes sense to make him a physical character. Cirque is actually a pretty good soul. Let's see if any of the others are better. Blob is actually... it's the same soul level, but it's honestly a little bit worse for physical. It's more balanced. Scourge is another balanced one. No, Scourge has a lot of willpower, so Scourge would be a great healer soul. And Wisp is very balanced. But no, Wisp is a little bit, slightly leans towards magic. So let's make Buttercup a Wisp. And you can see here, Wisps are actually weak to heat and cold. I thought earlier that they, since they looked like blue flames, they must be either heat or cold elemental. But they're actually weak to both, and resistant to force damage. They're also weak to Malice, which I can't remember what that is. I don't think we can do it yet. The Blob and the Scourge have very similar strength and magic, but the Scourge has way higher willpower and much dexterity also, and is a higher soul level. So, even though I don't want to make Blossom into a healer, this is the best soul for right now. Catan I'm actually going to leave as a Cirque for the time being. And I also now have enough gold to buy my final piece of body armor. Do I want something with high defense, but that reduces my physical power, or something more balanced, or something with less defense but that increases my willpower and dexterity? For the mage, I will go with this one that reduces strength only. Got that all set up. Save. Look at that in cost. That's 42 gold. This game has some of the most brutal ends in the history of video games. It takes like 3 battles to earn enough gold to sleep at the end now. I could barely survive 3 battles without sleeping at the end. The only way I can survive is to fight like 2 battles that are hard in the normal area and then go back to the easy area and fight a bunch of battles there just to afford the end. I'm now going to go try this mini-boss down here and see how I fare, now that all the people have armor. I think I should be able to survive that, plus some of these debuff type skills that I haven't actually yet. I really wish I had enough skill slots for all 5 of these spells. Because E-Field hits all enemies, but it's less damage. I guess I'll have to get rid of the single target electric spell. Almost got the treasure chest before fighting, but yeah, it wasn't going to happen. Okay. First things first, I cast Weak on him. I cast Slow on him. What sort of impulses do you have? That one heals area HP, this one is healing plus defend. Okay, so you don't have anything really useful to do except just attack. What impulses can you do? Deep Fry does plenty of damage. Let's see if I can put the enemy to sleep. Void. Immune to sleep. Should have seen that coming, I guess. Now that he is debuffed, let's see if he does any less. No, he doesn't really do much less damage, does he? But it's enough less that I can probably survive 2 hits instead of 1. Yeah, I can survive 2 hits now. Actually, you are going to do something else. You're going to deal damage, and you're going to use your impulse to heal the entire party. Ow! Yeah, I need a different strategy here. Time to die. I'm just gonna commit suicide here. Okay, so first of all, having a fairy isn't gonna work in that battle. This fairy is almost mastered. So I'm gonna master the fairy and change it to a different soul, and then go back and try again. This was a really easy, harmless fight compared to a lot of the others. It didn't have any of the enemies that are unique to this area. Okay, so now that the fairy has learned the area magic spell, I'm going to change it to something else that isn't really a mage, but also isn't weak to weapon damage, which is what the Kobold's area attack is. It's some sort of area weapon attack. Spin Cut, I think was the name, which is clearly a weapon elemental attack. So, Fred gets to temporarily be a blob. Blob is a terrible thing to have to turn into, honestly. Who wants to be a blob? I mean, come on. Afford the inn. And with the blob in my party, let's try again against the Kobold of Doom down here. I kind of feel like going down here without 5 or 6 Phoenix Ashes is sort of a terrible idea, but we'll find out. Oh, come on. It was a terrible place for a random battle. Not even going to use skills. I don't want to waste my MP. I need that MP. And as it turns out, I did not need the skills. That Kobold seems to get really fast when I get close to him. And I was assuming he would use the area attack, but he actually didn't, making that heal hit the wrong target. This time, though, he probably will, and so I need to defend with Fred, otherwise he's going to die. Oh, he didn't again. Odd. He's poisoned now, so I can move from Y Strike to my more powerful attack, which I probably should have been using anyway, but maybe he can be blinded. nice defend. Oh, he's weak to fire. That's good to know. He hasn't used that area attack yet. This is going to be way easier just due to randomness. Don't use it, don't. That could be worse. What did he do? Did he shield? Well, I guess shield doesn't really matter a lot. He never used the area attack once. That's ridiculous. 3 people learned new skills. Okay, we can definitely use detox, and we can use poison also. Did I actually gain the Cobalt? No, of course I didn't gain the Cobalt Soul. That would be too easy to get it on the first try, but you can get his soul. And he respawns, so I didn't lose my only chance at it or anything. And there are several other kobolds also. So, now that I've killed him once, there's another kobold in the northeast area that I'm going to go next, since I know I can kill them. Die, bats, die! These bats just sort of get in the way. And I miss 3 times in a row. That's great. So much for Tailwind. Even with that added accuracy from... Oh, I'm blinded. Of course, yeah, that would make a difference. Being blind sucks. Okay. Wonder if I can afford any other equipment. How much gold do I have now? Oh, plenty. I can get a new weapon. Seems like each of these weapons has different side effects. Like the rubber mallet is good at willpower, the oak claw increases strength, the Shinai sword just has the most attack power. I'm not sure what really the difference is at this point in the game between having more strength versus having more attack power. I think they kind of are going to have the same effect. See his skills. Okay, so Lie Strike is weapon damage. That'll care more about the attack power. And Sting is force damage. So that'll care more about the strength. I could find that out by reading the help file if it weren't the fact that I already knew that from talking to the developer for hours on end about balancing his game. So we're gonna get the Shinai sword for Catan. And sell some of this crappy old stuff. When did I get a Valmath? That's nice. It's like an upgrade, right? It's gotta be good for someone. Yeah, that's an improvement. So you can see another kobold there to the right, guarding a treasure chest. So that's what I'm going to do right now is go beat the living shit out of this dude. He doesn't run after me. That's sort of nice, I guess. Use these debuffs on the first round once again, like before. Sleep, he was immune to sleep. He's probably immune to all ailments except poison. But the stat removal debuffs, weak and slow, seem to work on everything. So he's probably immune to blind also, but I can't actually tell. It doesn't say void for just that part of the attack. Even though it is probably voided. And the bonus elemental effects from fire, ice, and lightning that inflict burn, shock, and frost, or whatever, those seem to work on everything also. It's only sleep and blind that fail, and confuse, I assume. And there might be more status effects later, I can't remember. I think there's like a zombie type status effect later, and one that prevents skill usage. So you can only do normal attacks. Once again, this guy is not using his area attack. And my controller just fritzed out and made me use sleep instead of fire. It's not a bad controller, it's just wireless, and the wireless receiver is on the other side of a giant piece of sheet metal. And I could plug it into the front of my computer instead of the back and solve that problem, but, you know, whatever. I'm too lazy. He hasn't used Spin Cup once in just now. So much for that being his killer app. This is my healer, so we don't want him to learn acid spray. And this is... who the heck is this? This is my physical attacker. We'll get rid of blind and trade it for confuse. Not that I ever use either one. But I might use confuse. Headband, huh? That's for your head, obviously. What's it do? Protects against sweat-based attacks. And it improves my stats all around the board. But not by a lot. We'll put it on the healer. Healer's the one I care about. Especially since it improves both willpower and dexterity. And willpower improves my healing directly, and dexterity makes me act faster, which I don't care about on most of the people, but I do care about on the healer. And oh my god, that rabbit. I want to kill that rabbit right now. That rabbit has to die. That rabbit needs to die immediately. There's no excuse for letting it live. The rabbit's still alive! Oh, die! Oh my god, I hate that rabbit. Look at its mouth. Just look at it. It's jumping towards me like a demented pedo bear. Like, normal pedo bear isn't demented enough. Oh, that's good, that'll help. Okay, let's go spend those coins. So, those coins will be helpful since I'm really honestly not getting that many from enemies. I mean, I'm getting lots of coins from enemies actually, but I'm spending them all on the inn. I'm spending like 90% of my gold on the inn. So, finding stuff in a treasure chest is really nice. The kobold gives a lot of gold too.